Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back. So today we have some awesome upgrades to be testing out. One man in particular, the big one. Kondogbia, 88 rated. Is he better than Patrick Vieira post-patch? That's the most important thing. Are these players performing after the most recent patch? He's available for a very good price and his stats are mental. We're going to go and find out. Please do leave a like on today's video. It really does help support the channel. And if you are needing game codes or anything game related, head over to g2a.com. Links will be found in the description. Use the code FUJI on that site to get a discount on every single order. And let's get into it. So we do have a few things to go over. So when we get into the clips, there'll be a little discussion. But what I want you boys to do right now, let me know in the comment section some of the players that you're really enjoying after the patch. The go-to players for your starting 11, so then I can eventually get around to testing them on this account. But some of those upgrades that I wanted to give a go, the first one being 89 rated Europa League Mkhitaryan. What a card. Like, from the Premier League in that cam position, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, his height is pretty good, and the games, it's a mixture of when he was first released and how many games I played yesterday. I think it was around about 9 or so. 16 games, 10 goals, 4 assists. From a cam position, it's not so bad. Then you look at his in games, the acceleration is there, sprint speed could be a bit better, but acceleration is awesome. The shot power, you know, those low drivens are those go-to shots, and I haven't really been doing them that often, which is not a good idea. I've just been like resorting to shooting across goal using a time finish without the low driven, and I don't think it's been as consistent. But his finishing stat is okay, long shots are fine. Actually, speaking about those long shots, he was banging them in, to be fair, for an 81 stat. His passing is very nice, really good vision, short pass, even the long pass is fine, and good curve. The dribbling, all very good apart from the composure, and then the physical stats, very, very good stamina, and that's what you want from players. Good strength, aggression, jumping. He looks very well rounded, and he's got 71 interceptions. So if you unlock this guy when he was first released, it's starting to become a little bit more worthwhile instead of just having like an 86 rated Mkhitaryan that didn't really play that well. What was he first released as? 86 or 87? Not really sure. Then we move over to what this video is about. Kondogbia. He has had a nation change, which is slightly annoying, but for 334,000 coins, 9 games, 2 goals, and this guy just straight up takes the strike with so much conviction and power. It's like no other player, and that's what you want. When you're in front of goal, he launches it. 6'2", high medium, left-footed, only the 2-star weak foot, but 4-star skill moves as a CDM. Like, I was playing him in a 4-2-3-1, and I think that's where I'd recommend using him. His stats are so well balanced, and then you actually look at his in-games, acceleration, sprint speed is fine. The shooting, you know. Now, what I want to compare him to are players like Patrick Vieira, De Rossi, that you're having to lock in 250,000 coins for. Whereas you've got this guy with the vision, the short pass, the long pass, the dribbling stats, agility 83, and then his defensive stats, he's already like very good because of his height. He has the physical stats as well, like look at the jumping, the stamina, the strength, the aggression. That just looks like an icon right there for 334,000. So if you can figure out a way to get him into your team using maybe a 4-5-1 and having 2 icon cams to link off the chemistry, or start with a 4-3-2-1 and do something like this, how many of you guys actually unlock best? Or have you got Del Piero? Now that's what I would advise, or maybe even play him on 8 chemistry. As long as you've got overall 100 chem, then it's not really going to make too many differences to the way he's going to play in game. But my god, I just want to look at the card again. 6'2", right? 6'2" with 87 jumping. Is this guy going to really get beaten in the air? And then if you have even more coins, you can play him alongside the real Patrick Vieira. Now that is something that I'm looking to do on the RTG. But we've got to find out, boys, is he actually better than Patrick Vieira? Or could you go and purchase somebody else like a De Rossi and have someone who's going to perform a little bit better? All right, boys, ready? Let's go. So I tried my best when editing the clips to show you the breakup of the play that Kondogbia was offering, and then in the result of that, we were going on and catching our opponents on counter-attacks. But it still doesn't include all of the other tackles that he was making, the playmaking that I want to highlight to you, and it is vital to be playing him in a left defensive midfield position so you can get use out of that vision down the line using his preferred foot. Because he only has a 2-star weak foot, it doesn't kill playmaking, but it might affect it in some situations. So the best thing you want to do, play him as a left defensive mid, and like I said, just get those balls down the line. And he was finding Del Piero making runs, Mkhitaryan as well, so I was really liking that. And his physical stats are just what makes the card. 6'2", very tall, and then his jump in and everything else just helps him out. He has that long reach, and I go on about it a lot when talking about Patrick Vieira. He extends the leg and he's covering a lot of the ground, and having these two together, which I want on the RTG, and I'm trying to think to myself right now, if I start a 4-5-1, I can stick him striker, use Patrick Vieira as the right cam, and then the left cam is going to have to be someone from La Liga, or I could get an icon. Or no, hold on a minute, I can use Ronaldinho and then cap off chemistry. I've done it. I've already had a thought. There you go. Kondogbia is most likely going to come to the RTG to replace Emre Can, because this guy's a machine. I'm not making this stuff up. If you're comparing him to the 86 version of Vieira, he's better. Just because of the stamina, the physical, he is better. And going forward, he can score goals. And he doesn't just hit them, they stay hit. Then you compare him to the 88 Vieira, and that's saying something. Like, this guy is good enough to be compared to that version of Vieira, who's going to cost you 1.6, 1.7 mil, and he's only 300,000 coins. So I would say, is he better than that version of Vieira? I think his finishing is for sure. His pace is not as good, but just the way he tackles and stuff is close, very, very close. I think his playmaking is better. So you've got pros and cons with the two cards, but he is much better than the 86 Vieira, and I want him alongside the real Vieira on the RTG. But Mkhitaryan, I just want to quickly speak about him. Had the first couple of games that he wasn't really doing anything, and I felt like it was the gameplay holding him back. And with that being said, like, he was pretty much useless. Then as it sped up, I was getting more use out of his pace. The way he feels on the ball isn't fantastic, but it's good enough to start passing it off to other players. His acceleration is fine, and his finishing, surprisingly, like outside the box, when I was hitting green, and inside the box, it was okay. He's a good upgrade. If you've already unlocked him, then awesome. But if you never did Mkhitaryan, then you're not going to lose sleep over it. He's okay. But what I was wanting to actually speak about, just to bring it up in discussion, are weekly rewards. Because I've found that on the RTG right now, grinding the extra wins to get elite, I don't feel like it's worthwhile, just because of the 2 100k packs that you get from finishing in Gold 1, and it's like an issue for me because I want to grind out every single game, and I have been, to be fair. I finished in Elite on the Road to Glory. You're going to be seeing that in tomorrow's episode, which is fine, but I just wish that for FIFA 20 they would include something similar to those foot swap cards that you receive every single week, that then you can use to redeem in an SBC. After the month. So then it makes it worthwhile, and it would make sense for you to continue to grind and finishing in the higher ranks to get more of those essentially foot swap cards, but they would be like weekly foot champ cards that you can use to put towards something. Otherwise, yeah, you're just grinding for the sake of grinding, and then there's nothing that you're going to get back. Because elite rewards recently, I don't know if you guys have been seeing it for yourself, they're not that good. And then I'd rather maybe the 2 100k packs for Foot Birthday that's going to be starting this Friday, I assume. But we have finished Elite, so we've got a 100k pack, we've got the Team of the Week pack, and I think Mertens could feature. Messi, oh my god, those goals. That chip from Messi, the free kick, like, he could get in the Team of the Week just for that. So it is worthwhile if the Team of the Week is good, but for the most part, it's been pretty dead, and then the pack weight is really, really low. But boys, Kondogbia. 300,000 coins. I know he's had a nation change, but it's not terrible, you know. It's worthwhile bringing him in, testing him out, get him into the starting 11. You're not going to regret it. Like, I want him on the RTG, so that says something. That's serious. He's performing. And Mkhitaryan, he's okay. But thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, and I will see you on the next one. Team out. Peace.